Hey everyone, Zankus here, and today we're going to talk about the top 5 cards I believe you should hold on to after rotation in the fall. Okay, so before we get into that, just remember to hit that subscribe button and click the links in the description for the giveaways. Alright, so let's get into it. We got a rotation in late 2018. We're going to lose Kaladesh, Aether Revolt, Amonkhet, and Hour of Devastation. So what cards should you get rid of before that happens, and what cards should you keep? And these are my top 5 picks of cards that you should keep. First up, no surprise to anybody, I chose Fatal Push. Fatal Push is a great removal spell. It's a 1 cost. It's played in a ton of decks, as we could see down in on MTG Goldfish. It plays in a ton of modern decks. You got the Hollow One, Jund, Legacy, Check Pile, Mardu Pyromancer, Grix, Death Shadow. You got, of course, a couple of standard decks. Another variation of this is the Vintage variation, so it even sees play in Vintage, Check Pile, and Ad Nauseam Tendrils in Legacy. So with the rate of this card that I've seen, and other people have commented on YouTube that gotten maybe 1, 2, or 3 out of a full booster box. It's not like there's a ton of these out there, but once standard rotation's out, I think this card will go up in value. It's still sitting at $7.06 right now. I believe MTG Goldfish takes their prices from a TCG player. As we could see, if we extend this timeline out, after Amonkhet came out, it spiked up to about 950, and then stayed pretty steady over its lifetime in standard. So that's my number 1 pick. These are in no particular order. So next up, I chose the Hollow One. You could see it's after Rivals. There's a spike to about $3, and it was going down to about $1.89. But it sees play in. Look at all these decks. They're all vintage and modern decks. You got the Hollow One decks: Dredge, Uberg, BRG, Red Green Hollowvine. In modern, BRG in modern, another iteration of that deck. So there's a ton of decks that use this card, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Rudy from Alpha Investment said that this our dev is already out of printing. So once it does rotate out, that's it. Everybody's gonna have to get what's out there. It did start pre-release before it was released at like 280, dropped down, didn't see any play, and then I guess this is where the Hollow One won a GP or something, and then it's been going down, but it's still a very popular card, and I believe it's gonna go up in the future. Next up, I chose Walking Ballista, another Aether Revolt card. Let's see. Right now it's $21.99. It's a pretty high price point. I think it's going to stay around that area. It sees a lot of play in a lot of decks. But let's take a look at the history. So it pre-release, it was pretty like $6, spiked up to about $12, $13, about $15. Let's see, I can't get it. Yeah, about $15. Stayed pretty steady, and then after Dominaria came out, it spiked up again to in the $20 range. The decks that it plays in, it's got a few standard decks, but there's Vintage Ravagers. That's one of the more popular vintage decks. You got Green Red Tron, which everybody loves and hates. Tron players. I'm a Tron player, as you guys know. Counters Company, Amulet Titan, Eldrazi Stompy. These are all lots of decks over all the formats. So I think that it's either gonna stay around this price point or either go up after rotation. So just hold on to this card. Next up, we have a highly played card in EDH or Commander. It's a $3 card right now, but Remnant Excavator is you play your land cards from your graveyard. So again, look at all this vintage and legacy decks that this card is in. Check pile lands, of course, Abzan Maverick, Green White Company, you know, all these vintage and legacy decks. Now we got a card. Don't know how to spell it. Crucible of Worlds. Here we go. So you may play land cards from your graveyard as though they were in your hand. So basically, almost the same card, and you're seeing this at $66.96 for the Fifth Dawn printing. For the 10th edition, you're getting $70, and it was printed twice in standard sets. You got the Kaladesh Inventions, the promos, so it has a little bit more of a printing than the only Hour of Devastation. So I feel that this card might not be on par with Crucible of Worlds because it is a creature and it is susceptible to the creature removal spells. But I mean, so is an artifact with the artifact removing spells. So I feel that this card will definitely go up. It's definitely a staple in Commander and definitely used in a lot of different decks in the older formats. You know, there's only one modern that uses it. Legacy and Vintage, which is the more expensive format, uses it a lot. So I feel that will get that will definitely I feel go up in price. The $2.99 I think is a little low for this card. And next up, I have on my top 5 list is Chandra, Torch of Defiance. It has seen a dip in price, as we could see from when it first came out at $40 and then up and down. Its highest price was $62.99. It's down to $19.99, I think, mainly due to the inclusion in the Challenger decks. But the print run for that was not huge, and it is played in popular Legacy deck. Some Modern uses it, another Modern Land Destruction, Legacy, Modern. So it's used in all the formats, you know. And it just has the promo pre-release. Promo SDCC 2017 printing. Let's take a look at what that looks like. I love this printing. So pretty. But other than that, it's the first time it's been printed, so there's no reprints yet except for the Challenger decks. And I feel that this is definitely a card to hold on to. It's going to go back up in price. Probably not to the $62.99 price point, but definitely... probably, I think, in the $30 to $40 price range, because it is a mythic and it is a planeswalker, so that makes it desirable for collectors and players alike. So let me know down in the comment section what you think of my 5 choices for cards to keep after rotation in late 2018. And don't forget to enter the giveaways. There's always a giveaway going on this channel, whether it be the monthly giveaway or the subscriber mile point giveaway. So, as always, may your packs be spicy.